Hi, it's Thursday, the 22nd of August, and we're here to look at today's astrology. So I'm going to go straight into sharing the chart with you. There we go. And as usual, this is the horizon, and everything here is in the sky above your head, and everything there is on the other side of the planet. It's behind us, below us, whatever. Okay, so we can see the symbol for the sun here. So the sun's in the sky, that's good news. And we can see the symbol for Venus there. And the planet, the other planet that I want to talk about today really is this one here, Mars. So Mars is at 21 degrees of Gemini, and it has just gone below the horizon. All these planets are moving around like this. Venus is at 21 degrees of Virgo. And so 21 degrees Virgo, 21 degrees Gemini. They are what we call at 90 degrees in square, at 90 degrees to each other. And that is, it's worth talking about. That is a feature of the present time. The other interesting thing we've got to look at is the fact that the sun has just moved into Virgo. So this is 0.0001 degree of arc. So that's pretty fine. And I have talked about this sun moving into Virgo earlier in the week. The differences, the massive differences between Virgo and Leo, where the sun has just come from, probably service. Virgo gives service to others and wants to give order to the earthy dimension, corporeal things. It wants to be practical. Leo does not give service at all to anybody. It expects to be served. And being a fire sign, it's fairly chaotic, not at all wanting to order things. It likes everything up in the air and dramatic and impulsive. So there's a big difference. Similarities between the two, I think, is to do with the body and adornment. I think both these signs like to present themselves well. And so that theme is pretty harmonious at the moment. The one that's not harmonious is the sun in Virgo looking at a lot of chaos and disorder that has happened over the last 30 days and going, oh my God, okay, we have got to sort all this stuff. Oh no. Let's get on with it. Never mind. Okay, so that's just swiftly talking about them. Moon is in Aries, very impetuous, the first fire sign, very impetuous, very eager. It's like the greyhound or the rabbit out of the trap on the greyhound racing course. Yeah, so that really Aries is really all about initiating, instigating, and wanting to command and lead into action. Okay, so those are some of the themes and flavors of the day. I'm going to go back to this this Venus Mars thing here. I'm going to stop sharing now. I've seen enough of that. So Venus Mars, I think it's Robert Hand, actually, if I recall, who talks about the very intense sexual allure between Mars and Venus, particularly when we get an aspect which implies action. So the 90-degree or square aspect talks about an action because one is forcing the other or irritating. It's like a pebble in the shoe or a thorn in your side. You have to stop and take your shoe off, or you have to pull the thorn out of your side. And so when you get Mars's raw energy, testosterone, adrenaline, and then you get Venus's predilection really to just being just relaxing and having a nice day and just being indolent, and wanting to have whatever she wants or Venus wants, and sort of the sensual allure. Now, this sensual allure is very much associated with Taurus. So if we look at Taurus, that there we see a sign that luxuriates in the body, in the earthy dimension, in things that can be touched and held and felt and smelt and worn. Taurus loves fine food, fine wine, exotic perfumes. It loves the sensual smell, the sensuality, senses, just every word with the word sense in it. And there is lingerie, especially, that kind of thing, the sensual feel of skin. Taurus has an amazing connection with skin. It has a sort of a skin memory, and it can remember the feeling of being stroked or being caressed or touched, the feeling of other people, the feeling of babies, the smell of a baby. Very important to Taurus. So you put those two things together and they can create quite a steamy atmosphere in terms of attraction, and lust. And if that is happening between two people that can handle that and are in a relationship where suddenly feeling a bout of exotic lust, then everything's fine. What a fabulous day. However, if it's between two people who aren't sexually attracted to each other at this time, who have become distant, who maybe are in a relationship, a romantic relationship, but don't have sexual any action between them anymore, then this particular setup can cause problems, because it will bring up the demand for action, but when it can't be just enjoyed, it then becomes very brittle and bitter and jagged, and frustrating, really, frustrated energy. So then it sort of erupts into an argument, which probably the argument can seem as if it's about forgetting to get the washing up liquid from the supermarket. You remembered the toilet rolls, forgot the washing up liquid. But in actual fact, it's nothing to do with that. It's everything to do with unrequited attraction and lust and desire. So in Gemini and Virgo, you've got their signs which have some similarities. We know that because they've had the same ruler for a long, long time, although Mercury is not the natural ruler of Virgo. Vesta is, but nevertheless, there's had enough similarity for them to not be too distant or difficult together. I think the main difference between them is that one wants to be pedantic and completely organized and nail everything down with complete certainty. So you will be here at 6 o'clock, and we are definitely going to that restaurant. And I don't want to sort of leave it open to the moment. No, I want to know. So you get this insistence on the organization from one part, and then the Gemini energy cannot make its mind up. So yeah, well, maybe this restaurant, yeah, but then I like the other one too. Or maybe we could stay in. Or I know we could just barbecue. No, I think I'd rather go to the restaurant. Now, Gemini can hop all over like that. And Virgo, to a degree, is a bit like that, but not for long. Virgo wants to nail it. That's it. It's what? But it's got to get this organized logically. Well, they're both logical, so logic's good. But nevertheless, the square is still saying, okay, there is somebody feels trapped, somebody wants to break out, or there is an action that has to be taken. And it might be an action that you never thought you would take, but anyway. So these two together bring everything into a very earthy realm. So they bring it right down to the surface of the earth, and they tend to react in our everyday lives. This is a brief transit, and therefore it will all be over in a day. Tomorrow, the next day, they'll have parted. So it's one of these sort of like daily event things, and then it's gone. Okay, I think that's all for today then. And I will see you tomorrow for the last video of the week. And have a lovely day today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.